Hi guys, Justin here from Comic Sense QC. Let's talk about the hottest thing in comics right now.
I have no intro music. This is what you get. Maybe to be great, who knows? Ta-da! I don't think anybody's with us yet. A little music on here today. I don't know why I decided to do this, but it is the 18th, which is the FOC date for a lot of shit. And I'm working on order books. Just got back from Fan Expo this weekend and had a lot of fun. Spent a little too much money. I gotta tell you what, I am done with celebrity. Celebrity, I'm done. I don't think there's any reason to have celebrity. I'm looking for, there we go. Hi, Deceptic. What's up? I just had to figure out where my damn comments button was. I haven't done this for a while. So, yeah, I think I'm done with the high-end celebrity. My daughter paid a pretty penny to see Ewan McGregor and get his autograph, get a photo. If you've seen my Instagram or YouTube in the last day or two, you would have seen that video. And boy, howdy, I think after the photograph and the autographs, I think we spent $1,000. And I think, if I'm adding this up correctly, actual interaction with the celebrities, I think that bought about 35 seconds. And that's combined between the autograph, which is they line you all up, they take you behind the curtain, and you can see them 20 feet down the table signing other people's shit. Oops. Sign other people's shit, and then you're like, the guy's like, okay, I got your photo, okay, what color pen do you want? I'm like, I don't know, blue, and they're like, fine, blue, and they give him the blue pen. You get down there, and he's like, hello, and hello there, and he does his hello there, and he signs, hey, and you can't hear a damn thing because everybody's making noise. The whole place is one giant stone box. Everything just reverberates, even with the curtains. And I say, hey, Mr. McGregor, I really love your work. And he's like, oh, thank you, and hands him a picture, and fuck off. That's the autograph. What was that, 20 seconds? And then the photo was even funnier because the photo, they're there. They have to shake your hand. So we got Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, who we've seen before, and he's awesome. My daughter loves him. It's the only thing I've seen in my entire life makes this girl actually giggle, which is weird to hear her do that. But I said, hey, Hayden, good to see you again. He gave me a strong handshake. Hayden is a sweetheart. If you've never met him, he's a sweet guy. He's a real sweet guy. He's a good kid. And then Ewan McGregor's like, it's a pleasure to meet you. Yes, hello there. And then we got in the picture, you see the picture, we're like, hey, click. And as soon as that camera goes click, I turn to go, thank you. And then like these 5 assistants that are sitting 3 feet from me against the wall of chairs, like boom, 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 go right this way. And they guide you the fuck out. So they're like, don't touch the towel any more than you have to. Get out. And then we got our photo, and I've got this beautiful photo with me and Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and the pen I was going to use is on the floor, so I guess I'll get a different pen. No, I won't. But I can't have you see the magic behind the curtain. Hey, it's been a day. Man, it's hot in here now, too. God, 92 degrees today? Storm rolled in and finally cooled things off, but running around doing stuff. Oh, I got a text. We got a text. Let's do this. Customer and friend Mike. I just got you. What is it? You getting into vinyl now too? I got a decent collection, solid mix of original pressings, new stuff. It's crazy how good new records sound. You know what, Mike? You're right. It's like an unofficial super chat. It is kind of cool. I mean, the first impression I had of buying a record player, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Little Chicago. Like I did the most bipolar thing today. I bought Chicago's Greatest Hits and Quiet Riot. Saturday in the come on, feel the guys. So yeah, that's my evening. I just finished Quiet Riot about an hour ago. Had some pizza, and now we're gonna work on order books. Why the fuck not? And oh look, here's an order form with nobody's name on it. Good thing I know who it belongs to. I can't put your fucking name on there. Put your name on it. This is me. This is the deep look into what I look like when I'm doing order books all night long. This has no name and has not been filled out, so I'm going to assume it's an extra one that slipped in there somewhere. That's gone. This was not filled out, so that can go away too. Whee! And we got names on stuff, so we're heading in the right direction. Yes. Mr. JP. I'm not going to dox anybody today. Okay, so the way I do this is I have two folders. This is Marvel and DC. This is Image and all the other shit. And then when you guys turn in your forms, for example, DC and Marvel, they go into the folder. And if you don't have a name on the top of it, I wipe a booger in one of your comic books, but I'm not going to tell you which one. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. I love my job. I mean, it's a quote-unquote, air quotes, officially off the record volunteer job. But it does give me access to a lot of things that make me happy. And it's all a result it's all a result of my wife's hard work. I mean, she has said to me with no witnesses around that she couldn't have done this family thing and career without my help, which of course any relationship, any marriage is like that. One cannot exist without the other. You can't have a family without mom and dad. I mean, you can, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody who's a single parent, but it's a lot easier and makes things a lot smoother if you have that other person in your life. So independent, here's somebody who, I'm going to put that in the special case file. Fire. But it's a lot easier when you have a partner to help you. When my wife got a big promotion back in 2006, we looked at daycares, and to put all 4 of my children in daycare would have been $1,800 a month. And this is back in 2006. I can't imagine what it costs some of you people today to put your kids in daycare. And on top of that, I would have had to rearrange my schedule on a regular basis to be available for the kids in the afternoon. So any job that I went out there and got, because her career took off, she got the promotion, I had to leave what I was doing, which was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal. Nobody missed me. One of those situations. Nobody missed me. Oh, Father, that's yours. Let's get you on there. Put your name at the top so I can... I mean, his name's on the sheet. So it's cool. This stream brought to you by Boothies, which is nowhere near Iowa. That's from Texas. My daughter brought me that. I forgot what I was talking about. Help me out, Deceptic. Oh, professional career and working. Yeah, so my wife is incredibly successful, and because of that, I have this opportunity to do this. And where's this going to go someday? I won't be where I'm at forever. Where I'm at, we do sports cards as well as comics. And I know I was going to do order forms, now I feel like talking about this. Sports cards are becoming the biggest shitstorm that ever got pooped out. In 2020, sports cards took on this terrible monster of everybody was at home. They were stranded at home. In a lot of cases, people had a lot of extra income because the government was just issuing checks. Thanks for that, by the way. Everybody in Iowa, because we were very punk rock, we all kept going to work and getting government checks. There was a lot of money in a lot of places being thrown around. And needless to say, in 2020, where I work, saw the highest profits of any year that I've ever been around. And we sold everything. Everything sold. I've got graded books on the shelf at the store right now that are just the remnants of the great shopping spree of 2020, 2021. And I gotta say, I miss those days. I could grade something, wipe it on my ass. Here, $50. Like, yeah, okay, I'll buy it. But what happened was you saw a lot of videos of people ripping packs, as they say, ripping packs. And of course, everybody sees the popular videos, which is the big hits. $10,000 card, $10,000 card, $10,000 card. And everybody gets excited. So they all run out. And they grown-ass men in their 40s pushing carts into Walmarts and Targets, scooping unknown product into a cart simply because it was in the card aisle and it said Pokemon or Panini. And then we had a lot of those people trying to bring us product to sell it because they couldn't get rid of it on eBay because they're too stupid to realize they were just buying retail stuff. The real money is in the hobby product. And that was the big movement of the breaker, which is ripping packs online, getting people to look at your channel, pulling cards, doing breaks. Yeah. Yeah, I bet you did. I bought a few things too, bro. Sold a lot of stuff too. But the whole breaking packs thing really set this firestorm of people buying product. And what happened was, because everybody was hurting for money, including distributors and stuff like that, the distributors realized that we can lie to our people, like us as a store. The distributor would say, hey, we were shorted on that product that you ordered 8 cases of, so here's 2 cases, or a case, or one time, 1 fucking box. We ordered like 4 cases of a product, and they allocated us to 1 box out of a case. It's like a case of 12 products. We got 1 box, like a 1 booster box, which is ridiculous. We are a brick and mortar store who's been dealing with distributors for over 20 years. That never should happen. Anyway, the distributors realized they could make more money if they say, hey, here's your product. We're allocating you to a box or a case. And then 3 weeks later, they'd say, hey, they sent an email. Hey, we got a restock of this. We got more, but now it's this price, which is what ends up being retail. So I don't know a lot about the card stuff. I said back in the old days when we would sell Magic booster boxes back in the early 2000s, it'd be like $75 for a booster box, 36 boosters, bing, boom, bop, done. Nowadays, you would get a quarter of your shipment and you'd have to reserve half of that for tournaments or whatever it may be. And then hopefully the distributor would say, hey, we got a restock of it, but now it's $120 a box. Or they would say, now it's $80 a box. So now you're paying more than you would sell it for to get it. And then if you need it, and that's what's going on in the card industry right now is the card guys, the breakers don't have a problem with this because they're making money on the breaks. They were buying the shit at retail in the first place. Now they've got themselves new accounts, and now the card companies are even flat out telling us we're sending 60% of our product to breakers. And when we fill out applications to maintain our status as a direct account with anybody, for example, Topps, they have on there, how do you break? When do you break? Where do you break? What's your website? What's your YouTube channel? So we don't have any of that shit. We're a store. You don't ask Walmart or Target what breaks they're doing, what's, this and that. That's where it's gotten now is we are choked off from the manufacturer and from the distributor, and we're given the minimum amount that they can allocate us to maintain any kind of an account. I'm surprised they haven't started kicking people out for, well, you're not spending enough. Well, you don't make enough product. So that's what's going on in the card world right now, and it sucks. I'm watching a lot of guys, a lot of old veterans who've had, card businesses for a long time are starting to suffer because you can't compete with the online guys who are moving product just like crazy. So that's what's going on. So I mean, my future would, fast forward however many years until Jim, my friend starts to decide on retirement or whatever it may be, I will probably, my guess is I would take over the business and start being official, or something else might happen. I might move on and do my own thing. Who knows? It's really up in the air. It's not up in the air. The ideal scenario is seniority retires, I take over, business goes on smoothly, and I find someone who knows enough about the card world to partner up with and run the cards. Yeah. But the comics will never stop. That's the great thing about being a comic guy. You guys too, who are buying the comics, is our product isn't limited. It's not allocated. They would love to sell us more. Believe me, there's nothing Marvel or DC would love more than to receive tens of $1,000 orders. Like, really? We'll send you as many as you need. Although I do like the blind bags in comics. What was it? Invincible's Battle Beast #1 this year had a blind bag, and it was phenomenal because you got so many little things. Robert Kirkman, I know you're listening because you're my biggest fan. No, he's not. The blind bag is a great idea. Don't ever supplement it for the #1. But always do something and have that blind bag, because boy, did we have a lot of fun with that. A lot of people love that. A lot of cool little things came in that. First appearance of Battle Beast reprint. Spider-Man Invincible Team Up reprint was shoved in there. Some guys bought the blind bag and they didn't even get the #1. They had to go buy a #1 after they bought the blind bag. So that was kind of fun. So anyway, we're working on Independent. So it's Independent. We're just going over here. Here's another Dynamite order form. Over there you go. JJ, my man JJ. We say JJ because that's his name. He's got everything on one sheet. We will divide that up later. In retrospect, I did start this project. I've got stuff in the folder separated, but while I was gone on vacay, the order book due date, which is today, it's the traditional due date is the 18th. And I've had plenty of people in the last 8 years of me doing this who bring the order books in like on the 20th, 21st. And I'm like, okay, I'll do the extra work. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Haven't heard me say that before. Oh, hi, Mike. There's your order form. And I can read it. Right? So I can read it. Consider me to be illiterate. If you have to use hieroglyphics, just make it so I can read it. This is a brilliant looking order form. Very clean. Very clean. I love Duloc. It's very clean. Okay, Mikey, that goes in the independent box. Oh, independent sheets here. Tell you what, man, Marvel and DC are struggling. They're struggling to keep my people's attention because they produce books. And they're still, I think when it comes to what am I trying to say here? When it comes to mainstream comic books, I think Marvel will be the last bastion that will fold under these new times where you, the reader, are sick and tired of having. I mean, comic books have touched on political topics and civil rights type topics, and that's fine. That's a story, as long as the story is good. But, I mean, you guys are no stranger to having this, what do they call it, woke bullshit thrown in your face. Checking boxes to make sure. I mean, it's just anything that creates distraction from the story. The biggest example of this, of course, was Avengers Endgame, where all the girls showed up and they're like, she's got help. And I'm like, they're all superheroes and they all deserve their moment in the sun. Not denying that. But when you put all the girls in a group and you are not telling a story, you're making a statement. And when you're making statements in comics, you're not entertaining the reader. The purpose of comics is to give us a break from the bullshit that we have to experience by watching the news, listening to talk shows, whatever it may be. Am I right or am I right, my one viewer? What's up? You got to give people what they want. And what they want is to be entertained. Are you not entertained? No, we're not. Could you fix that, please? Image, by the way, fucking killing it. Fucking killing it. New book comes out this way. I left all my new books at the store. Maybe I'll show them off tomorrow. I read the preview and it was good. His new book, yeah. Couldn't agree more. That's right. So, new book coming out from Image this week called Escape. And all I know, it's got an anthropomorphic bear on it, and the little preview I read looked really good. I'm like, it looks great. It's a pretty book. Let's do it. So I'm buying that. Ghost Pepper is this week. G.I. Joe is this week. I mean, Image doesn't put out nearly as many books as Marvel and DC does per capita, but goddamn, damn if they're not good books. And I'm not being biased because I'm a G.I. Joe fan. And Joshua Williamson is writing the G.I. Joe book right now, and he's fucking phenomenal. That's Mrs. Brisby. I don't know how old you are, but that's Mrs. Brisby. I got that sticker at Fan Expo. I was standing in line. Is this noisy? I was standing in line to see Don Bluth, and I had the money to see Don Bluth. I took some money with me, but I never funded a HasLab project before. And if you don't know what that is, Hasbro does these expensive toy projects. They're doing a Republic gunship for Star Wars right now. But I funded the Snowcat, and balls is this thing cool. It's like let's see. This is my metal ruler I used to use for hobby work. This is 18 inches long. Ladies, this is 18 inches long. The new Snowcat is 22. Let's see, 18, 19, 22, 122. So it's that inch. It's this big from front to back. That's how big it is. It's this fucking big. And it fits 6-inch action figures. And it lights up. And it's got a USB-C port. And it was $350. And I didn't know this about the HasLab campaigns, but it just ended. And I knew that was coming. But it's not shipping until next year in the fall. So like a year from now, when they get it all put together and built and it works, then they'll ship it. But I didn't know. Excuse me, just had pizza. I didn't know that they billed you for that shit when the campaign was over. So, no regrets on the Galactus. You know, I heard that the Galactus was fixed because the Sentinel was such a poor piece of shit that it would buckle at the knees under its own weight and the son of a bitch wouldn't stand up. But with Galactus, they fixed it. And I'm glad they did, because that Galactus, I've seen that thing. That thing looks awesome. Not as awesome as my Pop. No, it's awesome. It's really awesome. But anyway, So I had to explain to my wife, I'm sorry, we that $400 just disappeared from our checking account. When she makes the money, I got to tell her why I spent it. But I had to give her. I told her I'd give her my con money. Here's $400. When I get home, I'll pay for the damn thing, which is great. Now it's paid for. I don't have to worry about it. But Don Bluth wanted $80 for his auto, and I'm like, yeah. You can go online and you can probably look up a story about the Sentinel, but that's straight up what I heard. I heard that even though it was incredibly cool, that people were having to put things like underneath it at the crotch because it would just buckle at the knees under its own pressure. It wasn't tight enough, or the joints weren't. I think with the Galactus, they did that thing where they have the raised plastic ridges so it clicks. I'm assuming. I'm sure you'll tell me. So that's the situation there. Good stuff. But anyway, that's why I didn't get to see Don Bluth, but I was standing in line and I got a sticker. And the secret of Nim, by the way, Don Bluth, if you don't know who Don Bluth is, Don Bluth was one of the greatest animators of our time. He worked at Disney for a while until he realized that he was better than Disney, and he was absolutely right. He gave us things like An American Tail, Secret of Nim, fucking All Dogs Go to Heaven, which to this day, if I see a clip of the girl in the bed talking to her dog before she died, I'm like, goddamn. And then you find out the girl was sick in real life and she actually died. And then I heard that scene, Burt Reynolds recorded that because he was the voice of the dog. Burt Reynolds recorded that shit after she had passed. I don't know if they find sick girls so they can, influence people to. Oh, how loud that's coming through. Let's turn Chicago down just a little bit. Clicks always scare me. I'm just waiting for it to break. You know what, dude? I understand that because, plastics are a big mystery, and if you go back and you look at early G.I. Joe figures from the 80s, the first thing that broke on G.I. Joes were either the crotch or more infamously the thumbs. You tried to shove a weapon in there and the plastic, it was too rigid, it would just snap the thumb right off, and then they were seals. And nowadays, I did a thing about this, I talked about this a while ago. I have these really, one of the last figures they did for the 25th anniversary line, or the 3 3/4, the 4-inch figures that Hasbro did for G.I. Joe. It was like a 5-year thing. I bought a bunch of Vipers. I got them out the other day, and I went to go pose their heads, and tore the necks right off. This plastic right here just shredded and pulled right off like soft toffee. So whatever plastic, not all of it was like that, but whatever plastic they used at the latter end of that line was cheap plastic, and it tore. So yeah, plastic breaks in shitty ways. I've got another G.I. Joe vehicle that I pieced together from mint parts I found. And once I got it all together, I went to move a leg that was underneath that I had. It was fine. And I tore it right off. Oh shit, deteriorating plastic. God, I think the con crud. I got con crud, I'm guessing, because my lymph nodes are kind of swollen. Explains a lot, though. Joes are victims of, show your comment. Ooh, look at that. I showed a comment. Explains a lot, though. Those old Joes were just victims of some Cobra thumb war. Yes. Thumb wars. I was the only kid who didn't blow my Joes up with firecrackers. I was the only kid who had a plastic baggie for all my Joes. And every time I was done playing with them, my Joes went into their baggies with their weapons, and then they went into their little box, and they were fine. Nothing would happen to them. Oh, we have exhausted. I'm supposed to be a thing where I can shut my camera off, but let's just do this. Wait, where's that button? Where's the button? Stay tuned. What does this say? Oh, that's just my camera. I'm not used to doing this from the live side. There I am. And we're just going to keep doing this because hell yeah. I'm not any kind of monetization, so I don't mind playing, copyright music in the background because I'm not here for that right now. I'm just here to chill out. All right, so yeah, careful of your plastic toys. Don't play with them if you don't have to. I'm gonna play the shit out of Snowcat. I kind of wish I would have got 2 because it's designed for the turret of missiles to come out and to be like a personnel carrier. And how badass would that be to have like a couple personnel carriers and a heavy weapons turret? But I got fully funded, so I get a Lady J and a Flint figure with snow gear on, and then they actually have something they should have been doing from the very beginning. is a playset accessory. So it's a bivouac. So it's got the tent and the bed and the looky-loo spyglass and some weapons, and they've got some pitchforks for some hot dogs for grilling. And I don't know why they have lattes with their names written on them, but whatever. Accessories make toys. Accessories make the toys the best. Boom. That's what's up. That's what's up. I should it's gonna look amazing. I don't know if I can find some pictures of it. Maybe I should throw that up while I'm talking about it. Fuck it. It's not like I'm promoting the damn thing. Where'd you go, George? Let's go to Google because I use Microsoft Edge on this computer because I feel like I get less follow-up if I'm not using Google. Google.com. No, I don't want it. Not interested. Leave me alone. Stop chasing me. HasLab Snow Cat. Talk amongst yourselves. Or to yourself, if that may be the case. Bork. Images. Oh, that's a great one. Let's just use that one. Boop. Pull it up. No, stop. Oh, come on. Jeffrey! My buddy Jeff. What's up, Hoss? No cat. My buddy Jeff just sent me a nude pics. Whoever was watching the show. He's a filthy, filthy man. I just want a picture of this fucking thing. It's like, All right, here, we'll use this one because this is so stupid. I'm spending forever trying to find this thing. Okay. There's the picture. Can I? No. Can't? No? Okay. Fine. Be that way. Share screen. Share the window. Is there anything? Okay. So there's... Boom. Okay, there it is. So that son of a bitch is 22 inches long. These figures in front of it are to scale. And those are 6-inch tall figures. And this is the bivouac right there. And there's the turret that comes out. Honestly, I think the turret does sit right here, so you can lay this on the ground. But I think they missed an opportunity with this. I think they should have had the turret so that you could have put it on like its own base. But then again, that might just been a whole bunch of plastic you didn't need. But you can see right there, it looks like it could be a personnel carrier. This gate here, I don't know if they got more pictures of it. Nah. Oh, articulated tracks and the soft tracks. Used to just be a hard piece of plastic. Still pretty cool. Turning wheels, the wheels turn, and it lights up. It's so, oh my god, such a badass. A little frostbite. Sits in the vehicle. The vehicle has dashboard lights and shit. I mean, this is just... There, it is a good shot of it. So the back gate, it flips down, and then you can sit. And there's cargo compartments that open up, and you can store shit in there, and then they can sit in there if they want. But then, of course... oh my god, just all the details. There's some crazy details. You got your ratcheting tool, your generic wrench, engine compartment, all fits in the back, more lights. Oh my god. Windshield wiper. There's actually stickers in this thing that make the windshield look like it's got frost on it. There's the thing with the, excuse me. There's the rocket launcher. There it is. So the stickers, you put stickers on it, makes it look like it's got frosty windshield. What's up, Wolfpack? And there's another shot of it. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show. That's it. So again, we're just sorting Danny's order book. Danny stapled all of his shit together. Danny put his name on the top of all his sheets. He's probably not watching while I stroke his ego. Danny, Danny, Danny. Not a tranny. He's a handsome man. I actually thought up that rhyme a long time ago. And I'm ashamed that I could not. There's my stapler. Could not think of Danny, Danny, not a tranny. He's a handsome man. That's all I can come up with. I need more. I need to give Dan proper. You guys know what Dan I'm talking about too, by the way. He's the Dan you all love, the Dan you all know. He's Press Your Comics Dan. Did you get a 9.8? Dan did that. Don't fucking forget it. I got some graded books in today. Let's look at my graded shit. Hang on a second. So I tried to send in something every time you guys send something in. So I got back. Now the Darth Maul show is coming next year, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Dave Filoni. You know, I know a lot of guys don't like Dave Filoni. I think he's the only one who did anything good for Star Wars after the sequel trilogy, or not sequel trilogy. Fuck that piece of shit. I hope all those directors and writers in Disney die of gonorrhea and rot in hell. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Star Wars Legacy number 096. There we go. Hard to see with the lights and stuff. Not the greatest thing in the world. It is the first cover appearance of Darth Talon. Talon? Is that what it is? It's a preview book. 25 cents. Oh, yeah, it was a 25-cent issue. Preview book, 25 cents. Remember when comics were awesome? Remember when Dark Horse? I've been getting a lot of 90s stuff. And I got to tell you, I got this collection in, and all of it's all cherry. It's all cherry books, and there's a lot of Dark Horse in there. And I'm like, I like Dark Horse Star Wars. So you're never going to see it because I've made the money on the collection, and now I'm keeping a few things for myself. And I was a fan. I was still buying comics, and it was 50-50. It was me buying comics and me getting lured. And Dark Horse had, it was a renaissance of Star Wars. All that great stuff. Books converted into comics, that kind of thing. But this is the big one. So this came in a 9.8, number 1. Let me read the first appearances on this one, because oddly enough, Darth Talon is not in the number 1. And I sent in like 7 books. I haven't got the other 3 back. But the first appearance of Cade Skywalker, Shadow Sazin, Darth Krayt, I'm guessing like a crate dragon or a krat dragon, however you want to say it, Maladi and Nil, death, in quotes, of Cole Skywalker and Fel Decoy, or Decoy, however you want to do that. And people I have never heard of. John Ostrander, Jandarasima story. Dan Parsons art. We know Dan Parsons. Adam Hughes cover, of course, so it makes it even better. Let's see if we can. There we go. Cool shit. Let me know what you think. I got 3 books back today. Dan the man, not a tranny. He's a handsome man. He owes me money. He got a bunch of books back today. And then I got a 9.2, which is fine. I sent all these in thinking, I'm like, 9.2? Bunch of dickheads. First appearance of Delia. I'm not good with names that aren't like Christian. Pronouncing shit. Astra. Braga. It's all Klingon. Jarak. Hosk Princess Marasiya. Fuck. Naxi and Darth Talon. First appearance. This is the first appearance of Darth Talon. Death of Ryun and Ilk. So it's a whole bunch of fun characters that you've never read, because, you know, the greatest mistake that Disney did when they bought Star Wars, and it was the fucking first thing they announced, is we're gonna get rid of the 30 years of canon. We're gonna just destroy the 30 so many years of whatever, of all the stories that were written, and we're just gonna move on with our lives. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, that was the biggest dump. I mean, shit. You know, can you imagine if Disney would have said, let's just take everything that they did in comics, pick the best shit, and just start making random movies. Nothing has to tie together. We can just give people kick-ass movies with fun stories. But no, that would be practical and smart. More independent books. There's a lot of independent sheets here, guys. Looking good. Ah, the king of all my customers, John. That's all we'll say. John. You ever sees this shit? You know who you are, John. He's my only John. But boy, a typed out list, although that we're going to talk about this because this is, none of this is in, it's not organized by publisher. What are you doing to me? But he goes the whole fucking mile. He prints out the whole order book. So that'll be fun. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to look at that one later. That's a big mess. I mean, it's an organized mess, but it's not the way I want it organized. Now I have shit everywhere. That's how it should be. You know you're organized when you have a mess. Disney, throwing away the EU was tragically wasteful. You are not wrong. Tragically wasteful. I mean, think about it. You had an entire... I mean, I never read all the books, but apparently the Luke Skywalker family goes as far as, like, him having kids, and then his kids having kids, and shit going crazy and dark side being thrown. I mean, like a whole legacy of, you know, darkness. But I mean, God damn, it's hard to sit here as a fan of this stuff your entire life and go, you couldn't have fucked this up any harder. Luke Skywalker, who sacrificed himself to save his father, who was Darth Vader, threw away his lightsaber. I'll never turn to the dark side. You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi like my father before me. So be it, Jedi. Attempts to kill his nephew after a bad dream. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't recognize that song. Chicago's just going off in the background. Anyway. I wonder if I can tell how many people are watching right now. Probably 2. If you guys are watching, throw a shout out. Give me the finger. I don't care. I won't be mad. I'm a child of the 80s. I survived bullying in the 80s. So you ain't got shit on me. You can't hurt my feelings. Jeff, ordering like a boss. You know, guys, I apologize. I don't know why the fuck Image didn't give us a usable catalog this month or next month. There's not another one coming, by the way. Not that I've seen. So, good luck. A Marvel one. Okay, we got a Marvel. That goes in the Marvel file. Marvel file. More independence from Jeff. I'm using the wrong folder. It's like very little Marvel DC and like all independent shit. Brian, I hope you're doing well. I don't think you watch my channel, but if you do, buddy, right back at you, bro. Brian told me today he wanted to sell his comic collection. And I said, well, hey, Brian, how many books you got, buddy? 50,000 books. I'll take them. Open 3 more stores. I mean, right? Someone do the math. How many books do you think you need in a store to open it up day one, have inventory? 50,000? Yeah, 50,000 would do it. Yeah, okay, sure. All right, let's close Marvel DC. Let's open up Independent and keep talking about some shit. What's been going on? Not much. We're getting ready, guys. I'm in the June order book right now. This month, I'm pulling for what you ordered in June. And starting next month, just like the Judge Dredd story, we enter the wasteland of nothing but written down order forms, and it's fine. It's fine. I got it all written out. It's great. I am not going to be bullied by comic companies into ordering a shit ton of extra product to cover my bases. I know what you guys need. I got it. And I always say this, but if you guys ever have any questions, any problems, you're looking for a book, you can't find it, or you think we forgot it, I'm not going to lie to you. There's some people out there that would say, well, just tell them this. I don't want to just tell them that. I want to tell them the truth. I fucked up. I will find you the book, and if I can't find the book, I will buy it off eBay and pay for it myself and apologize to you for fucking up the first time. I've only done that 3 times, and I'm fine absorbing the cost. You know, it's about $10 after I have to pay for the book and have it shipped, but it happens. It happens. And I'm willing. I'm one of those good people. Hold on. Can I reach my back from here? I'm one of the people that will eat the cost to right a wrong, because you don't deserve to have to put up with that shit. You didn't do anything wrong. Why should you have to deal with it? It's my problem, not yours. Okay, so I really should put the IDW sheets with the Marvel books because they're all at fucking Penguin Random House. But that's okay. Let's put these really sheets in the back. So, if you guys are wondering how I do this now, in the old days, what I would do is we would open up a brand new text file, and I would type in, say, January, so JAN, just like the codes in your book, we type in JAN 250001, comma, quantity. And then we go down the line. I would just be like, just adding all the numbers up. And then when I was done, I'd check and make sure I didn't like have any typing errors, because that can happen. And save it, fire it off the diamond, bing, bang, boom, I'm done. That was easy. Now, we type everything in by hand. I type everything in by hand. So get your shit in me by the 18th, God damn it. I'm so sorry. See, That was the other Justin, an evil Justin, and I have to kill him on a daily basis. He has to die every day so that you people can be free. Wow. Just trade paper backing it up there, Jeff. Looking good. This boy knows what he likes. Although I buy the hardcovers. Oh. Paperbacks are for the... What's a good word here? There's a word for it. It's not scum. It's not scum. Not only scum. Paperbacks are for the schleps. I buy hardcover slipcases. Oh, what do you got? Oh, the next will be Ink and Quill by Candlelight while listening to Chicago. It's Plebe. Thank you, sir. The plebes by trades. I buy hardcovers. Plebes. How is Chicago doing? Can we still hear it? I could get bipolar. God, I'm hot as shit in this room. Why am I sweating? I know why I'm sweating. Because I've got the air vent behind me taped shut. Because it gets cold as shit. And we're back. Plebe. It's plebe. I could leave that up for a while. That's funny. It's plebe. Ah, yes. You know, the Invincible miniature trades are doing really well right now. And I'm so excited. Robert Kirkman has confirmed, or somebody's confirmed, that Robert Kirkman has sold Netflix the idea for... You're welcome. Transformers G.I. Joe cartoon based on the comic. Which just warms my heart. They go back to the old model. A comic and a cartoon to sell a toy. There would be... it'd be great for everybody. You know, I just saw something then today. It has not happened where I live. But supposedly, bubbly. Let's see if I can type here. Walmart collector. How you spell aisle? Yeah, fuck. Easel? Easel? No, that's not right. Help me. That looks right. Probably not. Yes, the action figure display. Let's pull this up. Why is Facebook showing me this? Classicfigures.com. Okay, so let me pull this up. You guys will like this. This is Let me figure out this. There we go. So, oh, for fuck's sake. Just trying to show a picture. It's like, there we go. Okay, now we can see it. So this supposedly is going to be at Walmart's. Pop-up, collector aisle, hit Star Wars, Marvel, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and more. Limited time, limited stock, and maybe a Jawa or two. Okay, so we all know that kids these days don't gravitate towards toys, maybe, like they used to. But I hope that that's changing in the future. I would like to see more toys. Take away your kids' electronics devices. I mean, Jesus. I've seen videos of kids in countries where they're dead asleep in their beds and their thumbs are just doing this because they were scrolling and they fell asleep and their phone fell out. They're just scrolling like that. And it's terrible. Toys are the best. But I have yet to see this. Where I live, we have a Walmart, and I swear to God, they hate my guts. They hate me because they won't, they took G.I. Joe completely out of the aisle. G.I. Joe's got like 20 new action figures coming out, and there's no section in my Walmart reserved for G.I. Joe. Meanwhile, they have 30 pegs reserved for a shit ton of Star Wars product that they can't move. And it's all on clearance right now. What about the dicks? Whine, whine, whine. Nag, 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 nag. Naggity, nag, nag. Danny, I'm still on your stuff because I'm spending more time talking than I'm actually doing the work. So when you guys don't get your books in a month and a half, you'll know why. Justin's just talking all night. What should we play next, guys? Here, I'll tell you what. Let's do a vote because there's only two of you watching. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back soundtrack or Journey's greatest hits? Let me know. Feel free to just type away. I don't know how to do a poll. There's not enough of you here for me to waste my time doing that shit. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back soundtrack or Journey's greatest hits? Let me know. I will let you narrate my evening as we work our way through this blobbity blah blah. Michael, Dynamite, Image, Dark Horse. Looks good to me, Hoss. Yeah, this is, with the absence of an Image catalog, it just makes everything independent now. Digital. Mr. Appel. Father. You got Marvel on this bit? Yeah, he does. This is everything on one sheet. It's not what I asked for. Let's pray I don't screw up your order form. I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we're gonna put this in the pile of. I'm gonna have to sit down and fill out separate. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the copy machine tomorrow and I'm gonna copy everybody's these multi-order forms and then just cut out the parts or black out the parts I don't need and stick them where they need to go. Or maybe I just need to start handling everybody's order individually, one at a time, and just start putting it all in. Who knows? Who knows? Oh my God, 46 minutes. You think I was enjoying myself? Okay, so that's done. So what else do we talk about? I don't want to start entering this shit because I can't pull up everything I'm doing on the computer right now. Empire. I don't know if we'll get that far. I'm starting to think I'm done. Yeah, I might be done. And the record's done. And it's 7:30 at night. Ah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. And I'm like, what is up with this music? This death metal you listen to? He's like, and he talked about how he would bump uglies with his girlfriend to this music. I'm like, how in the hell? He says there's nothing like a good hey fuck. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever gets you and the girlfriend together, I guess that's how it goes. Not for me. It's not an average Sunday at the Lomax's. That's a quote. My name's not Lomax. My daughter, who's getting married next year, been trying to figure out what the daddy-daughter dance music is going to be. And this OG criminal comes at me with, we're going to dance to the Princess Leia theme. I think it's because she thinks I'm Darth Vader. That's all I can assume. She thinks her father, Darth Vader. Because only I can be so bold. How are we doing on the music here? Oh, there we go. Oh my God. You know what I do every month that I didn't do? I didn't print off my DC order form or my image order form, which is it's a master copy that I use. But you know what? Let's go fucking crazy. Let's go look at Lunar and see if we can see previews of covers. I'm actually gonna log out so that you guys don't have that information. Click! Click! Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. Okay. Click. I'm not racist. That was a quote from South Park. Let's see. What do we look up? What covers? Throw a cover on there. Let's look up Transformers. Transformers. Formers. R26 is off the chain. Let's look it up. Ooh. Okay, make sure there's no information on here that will get me in deep shit. I don't think there any is. Okay, let's pull it up. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Fucking is that the main? 2-6. Yeah, that's the main cover. So David okay. So Dan Moore is doing the interiors, but apparently they gave David Nakayama a main cover. That's pretty badass. I think that's an old one though, because in this one, it shows Optimus with his new arm. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Let's pull that out away from my face. I'm probably blasting my... I still have not found a happy medium with how this goes. This isn't bad. I've had some complaints about covers in the past, but here's the 1 in 25. Chances are you guys might see that on the wall. I'm not gonna lie. I type all this shit for myself because I love it. And it's a benefit of where I'm at the job. I have told everybody, if you want to buy 25 copies of a book, I will sell them to you at 40% off, and you can get those covers. This is the 50. Dan Mora. God, that's a good-looking Optimus Prime. I mean, Dan Mora should be doing concept art for cartoons. They should be having him do cartoons. In fact, they should look. We're going to take you off of comic books for a year, and you're going to do the Transformers G.I. Joe cartoon. God, that'd be badass. His faces. By the way, if you like Dan Moore's artwork and you have not checked out a series called Once and Future, which is this crazy ass. I can't find the book. All my books are stacked. I've got stacks. The entire library is upstairs in my daughter's bedroom while she's at college until I get this fucking floor finished, which I may actually get started soon. My insurance company dragging their feet. I would be lying if I said I wasn't interested in changing insurance companies when this is all over, because those sons of bitches have the worst ratings. And I didn't know that getting in. So I know, right? Hey, let me know how the music is, if it's too loud or too quiet. I'm hearing it through the mic, so I'm assuming I'm hearing the same level you are, which is enough. Yeah, that's the 1 in 50. That's the 1 in 50, so don't get too carried away. The 1 in 10, which will be a connecting cover, is Jorge Corona, which, by the way, this dude's awesome. He was at C2E2 this year, and he signed like 8 books for free. And those are the best kind of artists. They know where their bread is, what side the bread's buttered on. Okay, that's awesome to me. Like I told you guys, I don't want to be gross at work, so I save all my burps for 7 o'clock at night. Okay. Got all that? Great. Transformers. You got all that? Shit. Yeah, I do. 27? No, 27's not there. So let's take another look at old 25. And again, this is all shit you guys can do at home, by the way. You go to Lunar's website, you type this in, boom, you get the same screen. I go, oh, this is great. I love it when the ratio variants take on a themed presence. And I got to tell you, I know for 25 for a fact, we will be getting, well, that's interesting. I thought they had they must have changed something. I thought Dan Mora had the first cover, but I was wrong. David Nakayama's got the 25 cover, so or the number 25A cover. You don't have a preview up of this yet. And holy shit, guys, I need caffeine, but not this late at night, or I'll never get to sleep. Our good man Danny Warren Johnson. I'll tell you what, I was at C2E2 this week, and I said that before. Not C2E2, fuck. Fan Expo Chicago. And I'm pretty sure Danny Warren Johnson lives in Chicago because he was there the last couple of years. But I know for a fact, and if Fan Expo you're listening, you are a failing comic artist because there was nobody at their tables. There was no lines. Everyone I walked up to for an autograph, I didn't have to wait behind more than one person. Whereas C2E2, if like somebody's there that's worth their salt, there's like 30 people standing in the line. There's a queue. You got to wait. Sometimes the line gets cut off. This was a different story. If you ever want autographs from a comic guys, go to Fan Expo. Holy shit! Yawn. Go to Fan Expo because there's nobody in their line. But this is great. And this goes along with that other cover 25. You know what, guys? We will get 50 of these. I will have this one available. And I probably will not have this available. God damn, that is gorgeous. A clean. I mean, I love Daniel Warren Johnson's stuff he was doing. I thought it was great. I loved double page spreads. Oh, by the way, speaking of double page spreads, let's just jump all over the place like a good HD kid. We have a book that is under the radar this week coming out. It's a Marvel 2-in-1 or all-in-one, Marvel all-in-one, but it features Fantastic Four's The Thing fighting a whole bunch of Marvel characters. I don't have the book here. I'm gonna yawn again. Fucking hell. But it's like every page turn is like a full page or double page action spread. It's an oversized thick book. If you don't have it on order, and you're one of my regular previews order form guys, just let me know. I'll pull it for you. You can email the store, or you can send me a text. You have my number if you're watching this show. You know who I am. But yeah, that looks pretty gas. There's a foil variant. There's a mask variant. I'm saying, call Guinness. Yawns per performance. Jay Lee has good artwork, but I don't. That's pretty good. That's different. It almost kind of reminds you. I mean, not totally of Bill Sienkiewicz, but it's kind of cool. I like it. I think it's cool. I like it. Let's see what's going on with G.I. Joe just for shits and giggles, because this is what I like to do. I like to go in here and look when I'm bored. G.I. Joe. Number 10's in the store. Let's go to number 13 and see what's going on. Oh, I have not seen these yet. Look at the 50. Oh, I'm Atuk Alunda Lana Zug Zug. Now, if you got that reference, you get a gold fucking star. Atuk Alunda Lana. Nanda Aluna Atuk. Got a little buzzer. By the way, these have been so underimpressive. I'm a little pissed off. I don't understand. I've got to talk to somebody at Hasbro. I need to know why the original artwork is not being used on the comic. Why isn't there a variant cover every single fucking time that uses original toy artwork? Why? Now, granted, they have made books on Kickstarter featuring all this artwork, so maybe it's tied up. I'm not sure how I feel about Mark Spears doing G.I. Joe. It's nice. It looks cool, but yeah. Holy shit. I got about 2 more minutes left in my brain. I'm going to fall over here. Not bad. Although I think those used to be dog tags. I've got to wrap around. So we're starting the Dreadnought War. Yes. So all of the comics, all of the Energon Universe books are going to be doing not crossovers, but they're doing internal wars. So there's an event coming up, involves all the books, but I don't believe it crosses over. It may. Robert Kirkman does weird shit, and then he like celebrates the fact that he did something weird. 1 in 100, guys. The question we ask ourselves in the comic book world, especially when we don't normally order 100 of a book, is it worth it? And it probably isn't for us. I mean, I think we actually clear maybe 20 to 30, maybe 25 of the regular G.I. Joe title. We were doing a lot more than that, but it's kind of tapered off. So I don't know if it's going to be lucrative enough for us to get this one. The 50 we'll definitely get. But then again, let's see. Let's say I buy an extra 50 copies, at, let's just assume they're $2 a piece for me. So looking at $100. Can I make $100 off of the extra 1 in 50, the 3 extra 25s? I'm not going to order all 10, but, you know, figure $30 there. What did I say I need? $100? Yeah, because 50 bucks, $2 a piece. You need $100. So that's what I think about when I'm doing this, guys. If I'm like, I want this 100, well, I got to know I can make enough money off of these to justify it, because Jim does not give, or, the guy I work for doesn't give me, or the guy I volunteer for, doesn't give me carte blanche to just start spending his money. I have to be smart about it. And I have been. We actually sold out of Transformers #1, and that was awesome. Yeah, Destro been sipping at the fountain of juice. Who wants to live forever? By the way, biggest pet peeve in the G.I. Joe universe, I don't care who's in charge, and the only one who ever did it right was the Marvel comic, was that G.I. Joe's, Destro's mask shows facial expressions. It never used to do that. The mask was a mask. Now, I don't know if I missed something. Maybe I missed, maybe there was a Devil's Due book or something that I missed. Here we go. Oh, like Christopher Reeve. I got to take a big breath in before I can start talking again. Sorry, Christopher Reeve. God rest Superman. Not to bring the whole room down. But I liked Destro's mask, that it was just the eye slits and the mouth slit. Like Iron Man. Iron Man's mask doesn't show expression. So why is Destro's mask showing expression? It was a mask that was passed down generations for the head of the family to wear. It was a business thing. There was a great story about, they were following up an old story where Baroness's brother was killed, or she thought he was killed, by Snake Eyes. And Destro was there. It was a history story. It was like old past story. And he was there in a business suit with the mask on, because that was his whole persona. He was Destro, the arms dealer. And he showed up in his mask. But again, it never moved. I never liked that G.I. Joe movie with the nanobites. I mean, it was great action and stuff, but I honestly felt it was everything that was crap about G.I. Joe. Like all the Sigma 6 crap and everything else. It never felt right. But that's pretty cool. I'm just going to keep babbling. What else should we look up? What's coming out that might be worth looking up? Void Rivals has been great, but the covers are just... That's what I feel. They're right there. Dun dun. Dun dun. Kill the Wampa! Okay, now Luke, now that you've disarmed the giant animal and you could finish him off, run out of his cave into the open wilderness of the snow tundra and almost die. Never mind the shelter of the cave you're in. Never mind the shelter. Just go out in the snow and die. I was watching Empire, and I was like, why the hell didn't he just stay in the fucking cave? He's only got one arm up. What's he going to do? Swing at him? Just cut the other one off. And he's like, "Rrr." Then it might turn into a bad Monty Python movie. Let me take this down. I'm going to check in on CGC real quick, because I know you guys watching, a lot of you actually have books. Books. Submission tracking. What do we got? Holy shit has shipped. Holy crap. Everything is shipped. Everything is in shipping, or I got 2 orders. Oh my God, everything is shipped. Okay, so if you have, I know one of you watching has some bulk stuff, your shit just shipped. So let's take a look at some grades here. I think this one just arrived today. It was shipped on the 14th. Is this the one that came in today? Yes. Okay, that was Big Dan's books. He had all 9/8 except for 2 9/6s, which is awesome considering he got like 22 fucking books back today. The 15th. 15th doesn't have my Star Wars on there. Oh God, that's a rough looking. Well, granted, these aren't pre-screens. You guys didn't know what you're gonna get, but there's some Deadpool's Ultimate Fallouts. I think you know who I'm talking about. Uncanny X-Men 244, multiple copies of that. I'm not seeing a lot of 9/8s. Second print of Fallout got a 9/8. Further Adventures of Indiana Jones #1 got a 9/8. Fantastic Four 243 got a 9/8. Amazing Spider-Man 300 got a 9/8. Whoa, that's a good book to have a 9/8, sir. Fantastic Four 209, 9/8. Invincible 139, 9/8. I think that's Danny's. The Amazing Spider-Man I sent in 238 did not have the tattoo inserts. So I don't know. It's an 8.0. I don't know if that's just if it's gonna become standard grade or incomplete grade, but Interesting. Okay, so today, the last three, that must be mine because I'm missing my stars. Oh! So I had the rest of my Star Wars Legacies, number 3, 4, and number 16, all 9/8. Let's go. Let's go. What else shipped? Pre-screen Modern. Who sent in for pre-screens? Gears of War, White Tiger, Doom, Heat Seeker. Oh, I know. You know, you're watching right now, buddy. Everything got a 9/8 except for your Spawn 165. 165 was rejected, but you got 5 9/8s coming back, Big J. My homie at the grocery store got some books coming back. I would show the screen, but I don't know if it's going to show my account number. And you guys can't know that. That's bad. It has the CGC submission and invoice numbers, and I can't put that on the screen. Okay, so yeah, we got fucking books coming back big time. I'm going to send the order in. Huzzah. Hey, buddy, what's up? Wazzy! My brother from another mother. We are just, I had to do order book shit tonight, man. I just put on the streams and fuck it. If I'm going to sit here talking to myself, I might as well pretend like I'm talking to other people. My brain just shut down. You guys like the shelf behind me? I've been moving all the books upstairs in anticipation of this floor project. I am going to attempt to lay down luxury vinyl tile, which is just a fancy word for a laminate tile, you know, but it's good stuff. It's not the cheap shit. This is interesting. My insurance company is only sending me like half of what I'm allowed. It was good, It was good. I was just telling everybody that when I first started this that I'm done meeting high dollar celebrities. We paid shit, I have the picture on here. Maybe I can find it here. View online. Just show me online. Oh shit. Okay. Thought I shut down the stream. That would have been bad. Pictures. And let's move this over here so I'm not confused. Okay. And oh yeah, these are all my pictures. So let's pull up this window. This isn't going to dox anybody. Oh, Empire Strikes Back has ended. Uh-oh. So I saw the really post. It looked like a very fun week. It was a good post. It was good. The Pink Pony Club. So they had I'm trying to find a way to I'll just leave myself there. Where is the There we go. I probably took myself out of the goddamn show earlier. Oh well. So let's change the record. Or flip the record. We're gonna keep putting on music that will keep me from being monetized. So you know I'm true. I'm for real. I'm not here about the money, bitches. I'm for real. All right, so we're back, and here comes more Star Wars you've demanded. But this is let's pull this bitch up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so my daughter paid $500. Granted, 2 celebrities, but $500 so that we could meet Ewan McGregor and Mr. Hayden Christensen. Most junk shop today for $2. I know it would sell faster than those slabs, but I'm keeping it. Sweet. Fine, Paul. Our friend Paul. Father Apple found a cool book. Sweet. Live streaming right now. Smiley face. That's how we do it in the world. Yes, so we saw Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Now, we went and got their autographs at 10 a.m. Everything went great. Everything went great on Saturday. Got in at 10 a.m., got the autographs. They moved us 3. And then this is the bad part. For what amounted to about, between my autograph, my daughter's autographs, is 2 autographs, $250 a piece, plus about $500 for the fucking audio. We're talking about $1,000. Well, let's say $750 for what I did. Accumulated about 35 seconds of interaction time. They had Ewan, they had him in a different room. You go through a curtain, and there's 20 feet of table. He's at the far end. He's got people ahead of you that he's signing for, and they got handlers, like 12 handlers. Okay, this is your picture. Okay, what do you want to write? We'll personalize it. What do you want to write? Okay. Here's what color pen do you want? I don't know, blue. Fuck, lightsaber color. And they're great. And then you walk up there, and he's looking down like this, and then thank you very much. And then he goes, hello there. And he starts writing and he hands the pictures. Thank you very much. And that's the interaction you get. I mean, when I go to a con in the old days, you see somebody you like, like a voice talent actress. Like, for example, let's back out of this motherfucker. Oh, baby. This is my prized possession from the weekend. Mira. Mira's the character. Mei Hong. Mei Hong is the actress. She lives in New York. She was the voice talent actress for the lovely Mira in a movie that you either love or you pretend you won't like so you don't watch it, and then I hate you, like my wife. But this is, there's me and my nephew, and that's Mira in the middle. That's not her. That's her. That's my boy Jasani. He married my niece, and he's the only nerd on that side. He's like a super nerd like me. And he loves me. I love him. It's not like you think. But we saw her, and it was quite the weekend. But yeah, the whole interaction was just with Ewan McGregor. And honestly, it was a little disappointing. I was kind of sad about it because Ewan's on my bucket list. I think if Alec Guinness had the ability to look, I mean, he's looking down from heaven, smiling at Ewan because he acted the shit out of that role. I mean, in Revenge of the Sith, especially, he was Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was fantastic. And I would have given anything to have more. I honestly felt that the Obi-Wan show wasn't that good because he was too much of a beaten down individual. And I don't think Obi-Wan, maybe that's what they want him to be. I don't know. But, Disney Star Wars sucks and I don't pay attention to it. But I thought it was a lot of fun. My daughter, who I'm worried about, has been hanging out with mass murderers. And if you know what I'm talking about, the Chopper has a higher kill count than any character in Star Wars. Confirmed kill count. I'm going back to that. I know they're busy and all, but it sounded like it could have been a more personal. Yeah, and that's the problem I had was the person. I mean, like, I'm like this. I talked to the card guys. They get autographs. Oh, I got Peyton Manning's autograph. Yeah, but did you meet him? So it's just an autograph, it's just a scribble on a card. Meeting the person, getting to talk to them, like. We didn't live here in 2009. We lived in Des Moines, Iowa in 2009. But I found out in 2009 when Hollywood was doing a lot of pictures in Iowa because of tax breaks, that downtown where I live in a bar was fucking Hugh Jackman and Kevin Costner having a drink. And I would have gone. I would have gone there and said, "Sup, can I buy you a drink?" I would have bought them drinks. And I would have bugged them for an autograph after I sat down and picked their brain. And I would have been escorted out of the bar quickly. But yes, that's my daughter with the mass murderer, Chopper. And if you've seen the show, LOL Chopper is not the response. It should be, holy shit, get that girl away from that murderous machine. No, I'm kidding. Chopper's the best. But yeah, he murdered an entire Star Destroyer or entire space station of Imperials by setting it to self-destruct or some shit, whatever it was. So yeah, that's the big joke. Chopper's a murderer. He's a murderer. He killed everybody. Oh God. Anything else I can show? I mean, I showed all these pictures on Instagram and stuff. I thought this was a kick-ass cosplay. I love this one. I thought that was great. And the eyes changed. You can see his little face there, but his eyes would change, and they were moving and doing all kinds of fun stuff. That was pretty badass. That was a good cosplay. Yeah, I kind of got off. I was going to spend the entire night back up thing. There we go. I was going to spend the whole night doing order book shit, but now I'm just kind of looking at pictures and stuff. So I hope that they would make this cover, and they finally did. We have Rogue. This is an Art Germ cover, by the way. Rogue and her fine ass. If you haven't seen Not Murder, not even a war crime. What are you talking about? He's just misunderstood. You know what? It's fair, right? Because it was combat. Chopper was doing his job as a soldier, so he's forgiven. Not even a war crime. No, the Imperials suck. But I was really happy to find this cover. This was one of the Fan Expo exclusives. If you've watched the X-Men show, there's that famous scene where Rogue, she falls over and she lands, and it's just her booty. Apocalypse is standing over her, and everybody's thinking the same thing. Who drew this cartoon? And how did they get away with 30 30 still frames of this? You're damn right it's beautiful. That's a fine drawing. I'm keep pulling these down because when I pull my pictures up, I don't want to. You know what? I can pull that up and then I can just. No, don't delete it. That would be silly. Let's pull that back up and then I can just do this. Bork. Another art germ cover I found there, thought was lovely. Let's see. That was kind of cool. Remake of X-Men 266. I was arguing with the guy at the Unknown Comics booth. They do a lot of David Nakayama, as you can see. I got these from them. But I said, I don't like foil because it just makes the picture too dark. He's like, no. These are spot foil. So only like the parts you see that are kind of gray on your screen, those are foil. The rest of it's just the color, so you can actually see the picture. Sometimes the foils don't look that great. Okay, this is official. Father Apple is giving me the word that it is all military personnel serving on a warship. Yes, but what about the contractors? That's always the argument. When they were building the second Death Star and they blew it up, there was probably, what they say, it was like a million contractors on there. You know, electricians, plumbers, woodworkers just fixing things. Yeah, Gambit's the stuff, man. If you like Gambit, you should go read the current Uncanny X-Men. They have a great. I'm handing it to Marvel for this one, or like whoever they've got in the book. Uncanny X-Men is 4 new X-Men that are being watched over by Wolverine, Rogue, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Jubilee. It's kind of like that all-star 90s cast, minus Scott and Storm and Colossus. You don't need them. These are the cool ones. These are the ones I got involved with, and they're there. Watching over the kids. Another David Nakayama. Found a Joe exclusive, G.I. Joe #1. And I had to buy both because they were different. They weren't exactly the same, so it wasn't like that. Burnham doing covers. I had these 5 connecting covers for the Cobra Commander series. Burnham signed for us. Oh, Mira, I'm in love. There's the auto. So we had this one last year from Hayden, and then I had him sign, Ewan sign in blue, and it's fine. It's nice. I got it. Little Obi. And that'll be the last celebrity I do, except for, and I will not pay for no interaction. I'm not going to pay you $250 for an autograph and not get to talk to you for at least 30 seconds. That's just stupid. So my bucket list is Alan Tudyk. I know I'll be able to talk to him because he's not super celebrity. And then Carl Urban would be on my bucket list. Definitely. Oh, and Ray Park. And I know Ray Park wouldn't be like that high up. I don't think Carl Urban would allow himself to be that high up. Maybe he would. I don't know. But I don't want to pay that much money. And, like the people who paid like a shit ton of money to see Chris Evans, I'm like, was it the same for them? Because that would have just been terrible. Rachtalin. Now, this character who drew these lovely Catwoman covers that she signed, she didn't speak. I don't think she spoke a lick English. Oh, this is Inhyuk Lee. Do I not have her picture up here? Let me pull this down real quick. Let's see. Do I not have her on here? Maybe I didn't put the picture up because... Okay. Or I don't want to close it. Just back out the sun gun. There we go. Is she in here? I took the picture. Oh, so this is her. She did a lot of that me good than that like stereotypical anime behavior, and it was really weird. Okay, there you go. I will always do a Cobra G.I. Joe the movie impressions if I can manage them. Although that hurt. She was incredibly nice, and she loved coming up for the hugs and stuff. But a little weird. Being honest, just a little weird. I don't know what impressions will sound like over this microphone because it's not a studio mic. It's a good mic, but it's like if I did my Burgess Meredith version of Globulus. The last sound you'll hear is the cracking of your vertebrae, one by one. See, it doesn't come over well because it's too loud. This doesn't work. So this is an intimate microphone for Tommy Swords, right, Wazzy? Go on, type it. You know you want to, you little bastard. Let's close this down. I'm getting tired. I'm winding down because I'm starting to feel like I need to get off. But hour and 20 minutes. Crazy. How are we on the Star Wars album? Who doesn't like strings? No super chats. I don't think I'm there yet. Maybe someday. I mean, I'm paying StreamYard $45 a month. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. I think I'm going to get off and jump on, maybe catch up on some Destiny. Granted, I was gone all weekend long, so maybe I can look for me online, guys, if you're playing video games tonight. And, yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, guys, I missed on Friday, but we are streaming the Nerd Father YouTube channel. We'll be streaming on Friday at 2 p.m. Central Time. And I may jump on again tomorrow night just to show off the things that I'm reading, because you could be cool like me. You just got to buy the stuff that I buy. Isn't that how it works? All right. Good night.